So yesterday, Sony did another State of Play for September 24th, 2025. I feel like, how many did they do per year? Does anyone have like a ballpark number, or do they just do them haphazardly? I have no idea. I feel like we just did one with 007 First Light a couple weeks ago, but nonetheless, here's another one. Not one game particular of the focus of the video. This is a showcase of many different games. I believe there are 18 separate games and then a couple other just like PlayStation related updates or reveals or stuff like that. We'll cover everything that is in the video, and this video I'm going to do a little bit differently than I've seen other content creators out there do. Basically, we're going to go through the entire video beginning to end. We're going to do a lot of skipping around and whatnot because thankfully the timeline does have every partition of this video partitioned, I guess, so that we'll just do a lot of skipping. Hopefully this 41-minute video will condense down to a nice solid 10 to 15-minute video. We'll find out. A little bit of talking here and there, and like I said, a lot of skipping through, but basically I'm going to go through each thing that was announced during the State of Play and kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm looking forward to, what I kind of don't necessarily care too much about. I'll have to wait to see if there's any more info about it to really finalize if I'm interested in playing it, interested in watching anything about it, or just completely avoiding it in its entirety. And then, of course, games that I couldn't care any less about. So basically, I'm going to give you guys a solid green light, yellow light, red light. And I'll go through every single one of them to give you guys an idea of kind of what I'm looking forward to. Be sure at the end of this video or at any point that we come across a game, if there is a sleeper pick, something you guys are excited for, be sure to let me know in the comments. I'm always down to be proven wrong, be down to be told that, hey, no, this game in particular, you might want to check out. Because as far as I know, I think most of these games, if not all these games, will eventually find their way to PC, but mostly it is a PlayStation State of Play. So all these will no doubt be on the PlayStation, but if the opportunity ever presents itself, should I engage with this game at all? So be sure to give this video a like if you guys like it, and be sure to sub for more. So we are going to go ahead and get this thing started. Also, I'm not going to play any of the audio, copyright, and whatnot, so hopefully even playing the video is not that big of a deal. I'm pretty sure everyone does it, and we're going to be doing a lot of our own reaction and all that stuff, so fair use and all that stuff. So anyway, we'll go and get this started with Seiros, I believe is how you pronounce this one. So I've never played a single game made by this developer. The gameplay demo of this looked pretty interesting, I'm not going to lie. We'll go ahead and scoot this forward a little bit more. It relatively interesting looking. Game looks very beautiful. So chances of me playing it on PC are just definitely not there. On PlayStation for the foreseeable future, probably. Be sure to let me know if this game ever found its way onto PC, the previous title at the very least. But yeah, I went to their website, checked out all the other games that they had available, and no, nothing. So I know nothing about this. If you guys think this is going to be like Game of the Year contender, be sure to let me know, because I have no idea. It looked good, like no doubt it looked good. It sounded phenomenal, and I don't know, this sort of single player story driven experience is always a good time depending on the game. But like I said, looked great, looked awesome, but yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait and see. I did for the most part give this game in particular a green light. Again, if the opportunity ever presents itself, I'd be down to play it. I just don't know anything about it. That's the issue. So I didn't really want to give it a yellow, because I was just like, no, if I ever had the chance and this game actually did pop off like everyone loved it, then sure, I'm down for it. But yeah, as far as I know, I don't know. But it didn't, nothing about it said, nah, don't play. This game looks stupid. It's just, I mean, it's a lot of high intense combat. So plenty of games out there like that, and it'd be a fun time, I would imagine. So yeah, be sure to let me know what you guys are thinking about this one. So, and of course, this one kind of started it off. You got to start the videos off hard. So yeah, looking forward to it. Maybe. Again, don't have a PlayStation, maybe PC. We'll find out. Next one they've got is Zero Parades for Dead Spies. This one, I'm more on the fence of, if not giving it a straight red, because I have no idea what the idea behind it is. It seems very narrative focused, puzzle solving, lore and information gathering. This kind of game I've kind of played, but not too much of. It could be very good in terms of narrative, and narrative is definitely a lot of fun. The chances of me getting around to playing it might not manifest. Like, realistically, there's going to be plenty of other games out there that I'd probably just skip this one entirely. It's going to come down to whether or not it takes the world by storm, and it's just like, if it's on PC, at a pretty good sale price. I have no idea what's going on there with that boar. That was fascinating a little bit. But I don't know. Maybe. But for now, it's just kind of like meh. I think I'll just pass it up. So not sure about that one. But we're going to move on to the next one. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Pass. Sorry. They might be good, but I don't care too much for the sim games, let alone Flight Simulator. Some people, I would imagine, are just like, these simulator games are the more chill games, and you can spend hours, hundreds of hours doing it. I feel you, but not for me. So we'll move on to Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6's campaign, to be specific. This one, absolute green light. There was an article I was looking before just to see if there was more details and information about the campaign. And then someone said they played about 3 hours of the campaign to get an idea, like early access teaser, because the game's coming out in a couple of weeks. October 10th is right around the corner. So people are already getting their early access bits for it, especially the journalists, the gaming journal outlets, and all of that. And they said it harkens back to Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, which were fantastic campaigns. And I saw somewhere, and this was actually kind of an interesting tidbit, the developers for the campaign specifically looked up inspiration from war movies, especially from a TV show that I am a huge fan of called Generation Kill. If you guys have never watched it, it came out back in 2008. Really, really solid HBO miniseries. You guys go on HBO, it's there all the time. I've seen that entire show front to back, beginning to end, probably 100 times. Honestly, one of my favorite all-time war-themed TV shows, movie experiences, whatnot. By far and away my favorite. So I'm excited for the campaign. I'm excited for the game. Don't know if I'll ever be able to play the game. I mean, I'm going to need a computer update at some point, but this is one I'm definitely looking forward to. So next one we got up is Deus Ex Remastered. Full disclosure, never played a single one. I know, flame me if you want, never played. Remastered, it comes out on PC, there's an opportunity there, but currently, right now, I have no idea. Let me know if I completely slept on the Deus Ex series. I think I did, kind of, but the chances of me doing it just never manifested. I was too locked in with other games, and it was around the time for the later Deus Ex games. I think I was already swapped over more or less to Xbox and less so on PlayStation, so I just completely missed it. Again, flame me if you want. Should I pick this up if it comes to PC? Be sure to let me know, because, yeah, honestly, I have no idea. Next one, Halloween the game. Pass. I'm just not interested in horror-themed games like this. This one's interesting, though. Yes and no, kinda, because there's plenty of other horror games that you guys could play. But essentially for this game, there is single-player campaign story mode, more or less, where you get to choose to be a civilian or Michael Myers and doing whatever. I believe it said there is online co-op. Not in this video. I had to Google it. So that's kind of nice, but there's plenty of other options. And horror flicks in general are not my favorites. Games, kind of less so. Personal preference for sure, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it. You guys might be feeling it, but I'm definitely not feeling it. Next one, we have, what is this? Last Epoch, the other Diablo ARPG sort of game. I think I tried getting into this one. This also went on to say it's got the first newest expansion to the game at the very end of this video, which is nice, which is cool for any fans of Last Epoch. I've been playing more Path of Exile than anything else. I did play Diablo 4 for a little bit until that went nowhere. Sad. So I kind of care less about this, and like I said, I've been playing Path of Exile 2 a lot more than the other games, so I'm more interested in looking forward to any additions to that game, and that game is still early on in its development. I don't know. I believe Last Epoch is pretty much already done, since it's already releasing its first expansion coming up, so I don't know. Be sure to let me know if I should switch over to that or just stay Path of Exile. 7 Deadly Sins. Hard pass. I did watch the anime kinda for a little bit, but I wasn't a huge fan of it, so I would imagine this game is going to be kind of lost on me, as well as probably everywhere else. If you guys are interested in this, definitely let me know, because this one I'd be like, no, not really. So, yeah, bit of a hard pass. So let's go and scoot over to Sonic Racing, adding the Mega Man franchise. This is essentially what this is, Mega Man DLC pack. Cool, I'm not playing Sonic Racers anytime soon. If I were to play a game like this, it's like, sorry, Mario Kart. Like, I understand the idea of competition and it's healthy, but yeah, Sonic does not push it for me at all. Played plenty of Sonic games back in the day, but I could care less about a themed racing game. And then Mega Man, less so. I did play one of the early Mega Man games, I think, but I did not grow up with Mega Man. I was more hardcore Nintendo, Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, all of that. Less so everything else. So, yeah, another red for me. Moving on to Nioh 3. Nioh 3 is a green for me. I've not played the second one yet. I have owned it ever since it came out, but I have not played it. I wanted to do a playthrough of it, maybe even a stream playthrough of it, but never got around to it. I need to do the second one. The first one I loved. First one I played beginning to end plenty of times. So, huge fan of the franchise, of the series, and this one looks just as good. I have no idea what differences are going to be in it compared to 2. Like I said, I still need to play through 2. I've been way too lazy not finishing that and picking it up. I did play a little bit of the beginning, but like I said, I wanted to save it for a stream playthrough that I just never got around to doing. So I'm going to do some Nioh 2. And then, yeah, probably play some Nioh 3 eventually when it comes out to PC. Because again, that's all these games, more or less, PlayStation exclusive for a time period for maybe like a year or two. And then they're coming out on PC. So I'll wait for that. I've got both Nioh games on PC. So I'll wait for this one to come out. Plenty of time to get through Nioh 2 before popping over to Nioh 3. So next one, we got Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered. I've already told you guys plenty of times, I could care less about the Dynasty Warriors series. They were like kind of fun until you got the idea of what they more or less were. This is a remastered version of an older game. It's pretty much going to be a pass. Be sure to let me know if you guys are huge fans of the Dynasty Warriors series or other series like the Hyrule Warriors, Hyrule Legends, whatever the Zelda version of the game was. If you guys prefer those over Dynasty Warriors, or is Dynasty Warriors like your jam for the longest time? I have no idea. It doesn't really do it for me, so that's all I can say. Next one, we got Code Vein 2. Full disclosure, yet again, never played the first one, so I have no idea how I'm going to feel about the part 2 of this game. Cool. It looked good, not going to lie. The sort of like anime feel of it is definitely not a turn off for a lot of these kind of games, but I don't know how to feel about this one. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. If you guys could compare this game to something else, like maybe a Devil May Cry or something like that, then at least there's an idea behind it. If it's maybe Souls-esque, then that's something I could definitely add to the list for down the road, but I don't know. If the first one was good, cool. This one, maybe just as good, but yeah, I have no idea. So for me, for this, it's definitely a yellow. It's not a red, it's not a green, but a yellow. I'm kind of in between. If it piques my interest, right genre, right feel for a game, cool. If not, then I'll be more than happy to pass it up. So be sure to let me know on that one especially. Next one, we got Final Fantasy Tactics. Hard pass. Hard red. I'm not too interested in it. I'd much rather play a more mainline Final Fantasy. I'd either rather play the MMORPG. I have no idea what this is supposed to be about. It gives that very old school RPG sort of vibe, which if I cared for it and I had nostalgic feels for it, I might, but no. I'd much rather play literally anything else than something old school like this. Even, ooh, that was pretty good. Stab, slash. I don't know. It's cool, art direction and all that, but nah. I'd probably just pass that up and play pretty much anything else. Now, this next one is actually kind of fascinating. These guys are kind of funny. So, is this the game I'm thinking of? Yeah, so this is Let It Die Inferno. This is a yellow card. Red card, green card. This is a yellow for me. So this is an extraction, not shooter, but an extraction action game. Think Tarkov, but different in this general idea. Could hit, could miss. I don't know. It's PvPvE, just like other extraction games. So we're gonna have to wait and see on that. I can't really tell you. And again, if this is going to be locked into PlayStation, then, we're just going to move on with our lives. If this ever goes to PC and it ends up being something kind of decent to play, cool. But I get a yellow feel for this. Not about it, because I'm never going to be able to play it, but not against it. The Extraction genre, I think, could be good. It just needs someone to really dump a lot of love into that genre to make it awesome. Tarkov has been the more mainstream extraction shooter game of that genre, and they've been having some issues here and there, so it's going to take one person to get it right, and this could be it. Could be a different one. I don't know. I'm down for it, again, if I get the opportunity. If I don't, oh well, I'll move on with life. Next one up is Chronoscript: The Endless End. 2D scroller, very interesting artwork. This is a bit of a yellow, because this could be good. All depends on how much depth is actually there for the game. It is called The Endless End, but I don't think it straight up means the game is infinite, like it's procedurally generated or anything like that. I think it's pretty locked in sort of game. Could be good, could be bad. Don't know. I'm not against 2D scrollers. It all depends whether or not it does it for me. So if it does, cool. If not, then we just move on. So I don't know about this one, but we'll see what happens. The next game is kind of hilarious just based off the name. So this is Crimson Desert. Same developers as Black Desert, the MMORPG, Pearl Abyss. They just like the desert. What else needs to be said? They're down for deserts. I don't know what to tell you on that one. The only thing, and this is a yellow for me, the only thing that would make me want to play this game is that if it holds the combat mechanics thing, because this is I think this is like a single player, maybe co-op, but single player story-based RPG. If the combat from like Black Desert, because I did play a little bit of Black Desert when it was relatively new for like maybe a month, something like that. The combat was fun. Like it felt pretty good. If that combat system thing, or maybe an updated, better version of it exists in this game, I'd be down to play it. Again, if the opportunity presents itself. If this gets a PC port down the road, I'd be here for it. So we're at the find out about that one. I don't know, but yellow nonetheless. The next bit is the Pulse Elevate, PC speakers. I wear headphones. Cool, I suppose. They may work pretty well, so I don't know. If you're down for PlayStation specific speakers, yeah, go for it. Do you, man. PlayStation Plus has an update. They're doing The Last of Us Part 2 in addition to their game catalog for PlayStation Plus, so cool. And then there's other games apart with it. I could care less about this because, again, I don't own a PlayStation. So it's going to be a red for me. Gran Turismo 7. Red. I do not care about racing games. Some were fun back in the day, and nowadays I don't care that much. The God of War 20th edition, or 20th anniversary limited edition DualSense controller. If you're on PlayStation, and everyone I would imagine is a God of War fan, sure. But I'm not, and I don't. And I use a Xbox controller for PC games, so it's not for me. And then finally, to top off the end of this, they announced the Wolverine game made by Insomniac Games, which is the same developer that did the Spider-Man series. So this one actually could pop off exceedingly well. Both Spider-Man games, I believe, eventually made their way to PC after a time. So, I mean, yeah, sure. I am not a huge fan of superhero-themed games anymore because a lot have disappointed. However, the Spider-Man game is the first one I did. The second one I've yet to do. I know it's good. They have not disappointed. Insomniac has done a fantastic job with their games, especially the Spider-Man ones. So this one could go super hard. Again, I mean, look at that gore. Look at the blood. It's a fun time. So could be, quite honestly, one of the most stellar games, especially for Wolverine, because not too many of them have done super well, I don't think. I think some were kind of fun, but this one could pop off. They did Spider-Man, going Wolverine. So sure, I mean, sheesh. Should be fun. So with that, dudes, that's going to be it for this showcase. The video eventually ends with more of a deep dive Marvel's Wolverine Behind the Claws. So if you guys are down for looking at that or looking back at this video to see any particular game that you guys want, the whole thing is there. Like I said, 41 minutes, so pretty decent showcase. But yeah, that's more or less my opinions on this. Pretty much, was it 4 greens, 5 yellows? Oh, I did say the PlayStation Plus game catalog is a yellow. That's funny. I mean, if I had a PlayStation, I would, but I don't, so yeah. Yeah, I would stick that out as yellow. So pretty much the Saros game, the first game, I'm down for. The Battlefield 6 campaign, down for. Neo 3, and the Wolverine game. That's pretty much my 4 picks out of the 20 or something showcasing, individual showcasing. It's 18 games total, 4 out of the 18 I'm here for. Everything else is pretty much a yellow. Mostly reds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Pretty much 12 reds. And that includes the PC speakers. I don't really care for that. So, and the DualSense controller. So that's more or less my opinion for the state of play. Be sure to let me know what you guys thought about it. Again, if there's any sleeper picks for PlayStation or any one of those games eventually making their way to PC, be sure to let me know, because I'd be interested to check them out if they're good. So also be sure to let me know any of those that you guys are super excited for or interested in. Maybe you guys have a different opinion on what I labeled as green, red, and yellow. I definitely should put, maybe I'll do this in the future if you guys kind of like the go, no go exercise for all the things that were showcasing that thing in that video. So yeah, I might change that up a little bit different down the road, but we'll find out. So anyway, dudes, that's going to do it for me. Try to aim for 50 minutes. This one's going to be a little bit over that. So anyway, I'm out of here. You guys have a good rest of your day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, be sure to give it a like and be sure to sub for more. I will see you guys tomorrow for another video. Until then, I will see you guys later.